Hi everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. In today's video, I wanted to quickly discuss how to get your art into an art exhibition. So let's get right to it. So before we get into the video, I just wanted to quickly, just preface that every art exhibition has a different set of rules and guidelines to abide by. The reason why I say that is because every art exhibition has different curators that are trying to find and locate different artwork and basically just seeing if it fits the general theme of what they're going for. The reason why I'm also making this video is because I actually recently got into basically an exhibition here in Miami called Spectrum Miami. And basically this exhibition happens during Art Basel week here in Miami, and I just wanted to give you some of the feedback and tips that I got, speaking with the curators and so forth. So I hope this video helps you to get your artwork into an exhibition like that. So the first thing that I wanted to get into is that no curator is going to take your art seriously if it's not framed. And obviously it depends on the type of work you're doing. Maybe you're working on a canvas, or, in my case, I work on Bristol paper, so I had to frame it. So what I'd highly recommend is get your work framed, or just try to present it in the best way possible so it looks very clean to the curators. Because if you're not investing the time into your work and making it a quality presentation, then what makes you think a curator is going to select your work into the exhibition? The second thing that you want to implement into your strategy to get into an exhibition is that you want to make something very different from the rest. And I know that sounds super cliche, but there's a lot of truth to it. When I was speaking with the curator, I was basically trying to discuss the psychology behind mandala artwork. I would love to make another video about specifically mandalas, but I know just for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to stay, focused on getting your work into an exhibition. But she honestly had no idea what I was talking about. And I think that's the reason why there is a little bit of an appeal for that specific exhibition, because it's very different from what the other artists are presenting to them. They all have their different aspects to them. But in my case, I'm presenting something where there's unique patterns. And also my series that I submitted was called the Oneness Series, and I was trying to promote mindfulness, spirituality, and offering those perspectives on that, while showing different, spiritual practices around the world, different symbols of different religions, because I'm very passionate about spirituality and mindfulness, so that resonated in the theme of the series. So I think that helped a lot in getting into the show. And what I want you to take away from that is, if there's something that you're really passionate about that kind of differs from the rest, then make sure that speaks through your work. Don't just try to copy the rest, and it's just not unique enough. Because these shows are so competitive in the first place, it needs to be very different. Also, another thing that the curator was telling me was, with my mandala series that I submitted, it's mostly black and white work, which is what I'm comfortable in, but they were saying you have to find ways within your booth that you'll be set up in to make sure that, if someone were to pass by, they would not just walk by it. Having just black and white work may not be enough. Make sure you have bits of color in there, or make sure you make your booth just very welcoming and just different, because the curator told me I'm just one of many, and there's other artists that have been there for years and attending this show for years and years. So especially me, it's my first time even going to an exhibition like this. It's critical that I'm trying to put my best foot forward and trying to make sure that if there's an art collector walking by, or if there's just a random viewer or so forth, that I'm making sure the experience is something that's memorable. And that's what you should do too. The last thing is really creating a good, marketing strategy around yourself in regards to really figuring out which exhibitions make the most sense for you. The reason why I even applied to this exhibition, Spectrum Miami, number one, I'm a Miami local, so I just figured it was worth a shot. And then also, in terms of my business strategy, I want it to be in front of individuals that are collectors and entrepreneurs and people that are willing to invest, money into art and so forth. So not that I'm saying I'm attending this event just specifically because I'm trying to sell something. First and foremost, I just want eyeballs on my work. I want to understand, is this type of work resonating with people or not? I just want to see if people even like the work to begin with. I mean, I'm just grateful I got in, but obviously getting in is not enough. Like, you want to see if it's resonating with people. And there's a fine line with, obviously you should create as an artist and not be influenced too much by the noise around you, but at the same time, in order to generate, like I said, whether it's a business you're trying to do or it's a hobby, if it's more the business route you're trying to approach, then obviously there has to be an appeal to your customers. So that's a very critical thing to take in mind. Like, make sure that you're applying to exhibitions where it makes sense to have your artwork there and that the right people are showing up to it. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, please smash that subscribe button. I can't wait to see you all again, and have a great day.